So I learned how to meditate. I've tried to meditate before, and the breathing and all the other stuff that when I did yoga, and I was always opening my eye, and it was like a minute later, and I was like, oh, how am I going to do this? This is just impossible, focusing on the breathing. And so when I learned about TM, which I'd heard about it, and I'd heard so many people, I was very impressed by the people that I learned that they did TM, and I was like, well, they're interesting people, and there must be something to it, and I thought I'll try this, even though I'm not good at meditating. And something about TM, it is the only time I have that stillness. It's the only way I've ever been able to sit long enough that I open my eyes and I'm sad that it's 20 minutes later. I actually love, and I never had that feeling before, late at night alone at an ATM machine, but that was not safe. But it gives me this peaceful feeling, and I just love it so much, and I talk about it as much as I can on the show without sounding like I'm preaching about it.
Why did you decide to learn Transcendental Meditation?
I would try meditations because I knew that there was something there for me in meditation, but every time I would try to do it, I just was like, I cannot meditate. I'm incapable of meditating, apparently. I cannot do it. And my girlfriend, Jessica Seinfeld, said to me one day, she says, "Ooh, you are gonna learn to meditate. You better be ready." And I said, okay. And so I learned, and it was exactly what I needed. And the thing that blew me away the most about it was that it was the easiest thing that I'd ever done. Not the easiest meditation, but the easiest thing I have ever learned. But it's so simple to learn. It's so simple to practice. And yet the amount of restoration that comes to you, the benefit across your life, it has changed everything.
One of the things that impressed me so much about TM when I finally learned it was its simplicity. I mean, it's not ideologically driven, it's not dogmatic, it's a simple practice that calms the mind. And I mean, I've tried a lot of different types of meditation. And the thing that really won me over with TM, apart from having my hero David Lynch as its most vocal practitioner, was its effectiveness. You know, no other meditation, no other practice I'd tried was as effective at quieting my mind and helping me to go to a very calm, centered place. And one of the things that makes TM so effective is you don't really have to do all that much. And as a profoundly lazy person, I appreciate that.
I'm so grateful for the technique because it's completely transformed my life in every single way possible. For me, when I meditate, the most part of the big selling point for me about transcendental meditation was that anytime I'd ever tried to meditate beforehand, you always get told that you have to clear your mind and, you've got to have complete silence. And actually that always really stressed me out more than anything before, because I was like, my mind can't get clear. What do you mean? I'm so much more stressed out than when I started. And actually with TM, I loved that the idea is that you welcome your thoughts and then let them come and go as easily as a breath. And it just actually helped so much stuff just get put in each of their boxes so that it doesn't plague me for the rest of the day.
One of the things that I've known about you that I've admired from early on was you meditate.
I was 18 years old. I was in college. My mother was severely depressed. She was upset that her sister had died. She took it very hard. Well, I get a call from this very happy, elated woman one day. And I'm like, who is this? And it's my mother, and she tells me she was watching the Johnny Carson show. She saw the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and she went on and learned Transcendental Meditation because she saw him on the show. And my mother sounded transformed. So she said to me, come on, I want to take you down to the TM Center. She took me down there. I did it. And it's the easiest thing I ever did. I've been doing it since I'm 18 years old. And I love to do it after the show. I find it very relaxing. Right. And, it's just worked out.
Bliss, they say, is the sweetest nectar of life. Bliss is physical, emotional, mental, spiritual happiness. And you can vibrate with this bliss. And it's this happiness from within. They have a saying, true happiness isn't out there, true happiness lies within. And I always wondered, where is this within? And they don't say where it is. And then they don't even say how to get to it. This is the beauty of this technique. There's lots of forms of meditation, But with transcendental meditation, to me, the key is the word transcend, to dive all the way in. It's a huge realm between the surface of life and this fundamental pure consciousness, but it's there. And when you're in it, you know you're in it. It's familiar, but it's you. And right away, a happiness, but it's not like a goofball happiness. It's a thick beauty. It's a thick beauty to appreciate life and living.